I want you all to raise your hand, both of your hand above, upward, right? But then try to raise it more. So the first question here is, why didn't we try our best in the first time? Why didn't we try our best in the first time? So this meditation that we are doing is basically what is requiring our complete interiorization of our mind into this only one principle that we are going to follow, and that is this principle Shivam, or I am Shiva. That is, you are striving for merging your individual consciousness into that universal consciousness, contemplating on this supreme essence that you are touching the void within you that is full, and then only you get your fullness. Since our goal is to go at the very core of our being, we will use a creative contemplation for us to transcend to that supreme self. Here comes the meditation of Shiva Dhyan. So, you are here, your mind is here, you are meditating, and your goal is that you are not focusing there, but your attention is turning to inward. Now, as your spine is straight, see your spine like a infinite diving board, like a swimming board where you dive from. Consider yourself as a part of your spine as to be a infinite diving board, and your awareness is climbing towards upward. This direction is that linear time that we are following. This is the inward axis that we are shifting to. You, as your awareness, are shifting things from there to the inside of your roof of your head. So from inside you are being aware of the witness within. Like if you are considering yourself from this body-mind complex, from this I perspective, your eyes are going to turn inward and see this like the roof of your head. And this is the goal, like putting your awareness in a single point and preferably aligning yourself into a single thing. So you as a awareness is climbing up this infinite diving board, and your attention is Shiva. And where this Shiva is, not behind the camera, but at the very top of the diving board, at the very top of your diving board, where there is Shiva. And your attention is to negate everything that is not it in order to reach to it. Yes, like your goal is to pull your awareness, not this, not this, not this, not this, and like a spiral, your awareness has to travel back to its source. So what you're doing is, while imagining yourself like you're climbing up, as like your awareness is putting upward, then you are putting all of your awareness at an infinite subject here, like at the top of your head, for our physical thing. But from our awareness point of view, we are here and we are shooting our awareness upward, like at an infinite subject, and that is where Shiva is. With this, your awareness is entirely on one thing, knowing that I am Shiva, and doing of being there, of going there, merging into it. You know that I am Shiva. That's your fundamental reality, that you are always a part of a bigger current. That is your universal consciousness. That is something you know. The next part is committing it to it, into meeting into it. That is, you are just going at the supreme essence, going inward, inward, inward till it's there. There is nothing except a part which is Shiva, which is not Shiva. Everything that you see is Shiva. So that's the contemplation that I am not this body but the divine consciousness itself. I am the divine I, everything that there is, because that is the supreme essence. that is to be found in the very nothingness of your being, where that is not empty, but it is void of fullness, and that fullness has to be touched upon. So you, in order to observe the non-duality, is observing the observer via this kriya. So imagining yourself climbing up a diving board, like your awareness is ascending, and your awareness is at the very core, at the inside. This Mooladhara that you are sitting on, the yoga block, imagine itself pushing, like contract those muscles where it's having contact with your yoga block. That is what is redirecting it upward. That is the root lock. Apart from it, the binaural beats and the Om chanting combined would allow our awareness to travel inwards. And that is going to help us in this interiorization of our mind. And this mantra is to be lived, and that is only this word Shiva, Shiva. So if your mind is wandering anywhere else, just trace it back to this one thing, calling out the divine, Shiva, Shiva. Via this way, you will be able to temporarily dissolve your pseudo I and go touch the real I. So this is the process, like only looking upward, putting all our awareness in it, and with the perfect devotion, just chant Shiva, 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 and wait for its descent. And then in this, your awareness is to be perfectly contemplating on the void, not doing anything, but contemplating on the void, going in at the singularity, trying to that, merging into that bindu that we talked about. All the best. We'll start now. And yeah, for before that, we'll do Om chanting for deeper awareness. And one more thing that we can do is do some mantra chanting also, like Namah Shivaya, just this 5-syllable mantra, just to fire up that fire, pranic fire, and then we'll do Om chanting, and then we'll end up with this. And in this, spine should be straight, and preferably your head, neck should be tilted 20-30 degrees back, and your focus should be above. So either here or like here anyways, but only on this one thing that is like starting from here, somewhere here. So your energy has to reach here to experience that union. Or if anything is happening, you should have the courage to commit to it and to know that there is nothing outside that I'll be getting apart from this experience. So if you are investing your 1 hour into it, you should be courageous enough that you have the enough cushion to go inward, and this would be your perfect time to go within. So with everything, you also have these eye mask, earphones, that will help you with withdrawal of senses, and then we will be able to be in that state. So creating that peak of energy and then resting in that peak.
I have a question. We start with Aum Namah Shivaya, then do chanting, and then we'll sit into silence.
Then you will do, when you will this, only this, nothing else, but only this single point. And wherever, use your awareness like a spiral thing, like not this, not this, not this, not this, till you have reached. Because any time you stop is when you are experiencing the joy with that is in that field. So that is not something that we are after. Our attention should be aligned to that very axis that we are on. And hence your spine in this intuitive experience will naturally open up as much as it can. So imagining it like a thread, and like also now you have a base. So imagining your spine as a part of it, you can just allow your spine to breathe and make it elongate as much as possible. As you do Khechri Mudra, your breath will also start, you will be able to draw in more prana. You can check in your own, apply Khechri Mudra, and then you can breathe a little extra. And that is your drawing in more prana. And with your more prana, you have control to have slower exhalation, right? And this will help you settle with your mind. Om chanting also will require full intensity of your awareness and your energy. Like with your body, mind, breath, everything, align it to this one practice. पानी में वो भी कर सकता है.